welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina for the Carvana PPA Tour. It's time for the 9th stop, which is the North Carolina Open, the OS First North Carolina Open.
Championship court is a buzz here in the Hornets' Nest as Jack Sock is making his professional pickleball debut this weekend in North Carolina. And get this, he's made it all the way to the championship match for pro mixed doubles alongside Leigh Waters. I'm Cameron Irwin, Dave Fleming, our resident senior pro pickleball player. And man, is this gonna be a good one, Dave Fleming. We've got Jack Sock, look at this guy, up at the kitchen line.
Yeah, it's been fun to see him. Obviously, his tennis background is remarkable. Got as high as number 8 in singles. He is, without question, the guy you want in tennis doubles on the court. And guess what? He's the guy in mixed doubles you want next to him today if you're Leigh Waters. It has been fun to watch that transition. And this is a guy that absolutely loves pickleball, Cameron, and his hands and everything at the kitchen is going to be fun to watch today.
Well, let's introduce you to the #1 player in the world in the game of pickleball, Leigh Waters. Get this, she's just 16 years old. Take a look at the number of golds in this year alone.
Yeah, she's a dominant player. Just got her driver's license, so look out there if she's near you, but has all the skills, has power, has quickness. She is so fun to watch, and these two love to play fast.
They have been all about the shake and bake throughout the weekend. So much power, so much pace coming off both of their paddles. It's just so fun. They only have a couple tournaments together, or excuse me, practices together, but nonetheless, they have been phenomenal, as has that gentleman, Riley Newman, one of the top pros in the men's game, just 30 years old, out of the great state of Washington.
Yeah, so athletic. You're going to see him flying all around the court, and he wants to take over. He wants to be the force. He's sick of hearing about Jack Sock. He wants the title.
Well, and so somebody else also wants their first title on the Carvana PPA Tour, and that's Allyce Jones.
She is a defensive hero. She is going to be diving everywhere, Cam. The crowd absolutely loves to watch this woman play. She always leaves it on the line when she steps on the court.
She doesn't just leave it on the line, she leaves it on the court. Known to be one of the most defensive players, she's going to be diving all over the place. She had one of the best highlights on the entire weekend. As you now look to some of the keys to the match, we talked about the shake and bake. We'll explain that as we go.
So they are going to drive the ball and look to poach and make them so nervous up at the kitchen line. They want to play fast. Pancake brunch is the grip. Riley Newman is forehand dominant, so he is going to want to make that happen. And then, as we mentioned, Allyce Jones, can a defense, we talk about it, we hear it in other sports, can defense win this championship? We'll find out.
It's going to be a lot of offense versus a lot of defense between these two teams. We will play best 2 of 3.
Game 1, time in.
Each game is played to 11 points, and it is a double side out.
Point.
And the first to Riley Newman and Allyce Jones.
Pancakes already. Here we go.
If you're new to the game of pickleball, you only score points when you are serving, hence Jones and Newman get their first. And the quick hands, you're going to see a lot of those exchanges. We call them hands battles, and for good reason.
Yeah, you're only 14 feet away, 7 on each side of the net, so you have to have quick hands, and that's what Sock brought over to pickleball from his tennis game.
The 4-time Grand Slam champion, Jack Sock, highest world ranking of number 2. You mentioned it in doubles.
1-1-1.
There's a look at the power of Leigh Waters. I mean, we're talking about someone that has won so many medals. You don't even want to know what the trophy case looks like. They've got to dedicate a whole room to it.
Yeah, you might need a second home.
Second serve.
Right now looking for that third shot drive. There's different ways to get to the kitchen line. That's the most advantageous court position you can be at. As the trickler comes.
Sorry, not sorry from Allyce Jones there. They'll take any advantage they can get.
So you've got the base line, the kitchen line, and the center line. My goodness, the ball is everywhere right now. We saw a couple dinks too.
We did see a couple, but these guys are playing fast. You even saw a lob from Sock there.
2-2-1.
He made a SportsCenter top 10 with a tweener lob from this weekend.
Point.
I think he gets caught there. Little surprise.
Yeah, just didn't have the paddle set and pulled it wide there. And
3-2-1.
nice quick start for Jones and Newman.
Riley Newman patrolling the middle, finds their fourth.
Yeah, and they've
Referee timeout.
targeted Jack Sock with the third shot drops, and they're making him play a lot of balls off the ground, and that is smart as he is new to the pro pickleball world. So let's see if he can handle it.
So a quick start for these four as they are flying up at the kitchen. Well, there's been a full weekend of pickleball, but let's take a look at the road to gold for Allyce Waters and Jack Sock. How did they get here?
Yeah, really impressive. They didn't drop a game until the semifinals, and then they were pushed. They dropped game one to Vivian David and Julian Arnold, and were down in game three, but rallied back to get the chance to play for gold here today.
So making his professional pickleball debut, if he walks away with gold, I mean,
hello, world.
Hello, world.
2-1. Point.
Looking for a speed up. Oftentimes you'll see that up at the kitchen line. Starting that firefight.
5-2-1.
This is also a big moment for Allyce Jones as she's looking to earn her very first gold medal on the Carvana PPA Tour. A moment that you will remember forever if you're a pickleball pro.
Huge, and especially with who the opponent is here.
Point.
In terms of some of the backgrounds as well, Riley Newman played tennis at Seattle University as you look to their road to.
Yeah, and Allyce Jones and Riley Newman had a tough road, and in their quarterfinal against the brother and sister JW and Georgia Johnson, they had to save a match point against. They could have lost that point and they wouldn't be here, but that's pickleball. You got to fight your way here, and they are off to a great start in the gold medal match.
7-2, a fast start for Jones and Newman in today's gold medal matchup versus Jack Sock and Allyce Waters.
Point.
And the trek continues. I mean, this is some very quick play coming, Dave.
Very quick, very smart. They keep dropping the ball in front of Jack Sock and making him figure it out, and they're just converging on him.
You can see the little head shake from Jack Sock. And again, this is not just a tennis pro coming over. This man has been training 3 nights a week in pickleball after tennis training.
Point.
Absolutely. I mean, he loves it. He wanted to do well. Obviously, he has getting to the gold medal match here.
Now
But
2-2.
he has put in the time to earn this right.
That ball called out of bounds. You can see, tried to go for a little pseudo Ernie there. Hopping over the corner.
Yeah, and he's seen
All right.
Allyce Jones
We
in
have
that
a challenge
defense
that we
already.
have
All his
called.
stuff's coming back, so he tried to hit it through her and might have hit it too
We will now proceed
deep,
with video
but
review.
we do have a challenge here, Cam.
So they're going to review this call, whether the ball was in or out of bounds. You mentioned the defense of Allyce Jones. Let's get to know her a little bit more. Originally out of Utah Valley University, where she was a volleyball player. And get this, she was a libero. So as you take a look, is this ball in bounds or out of bounds?
Really close on the back baseline, so we have our referees taking a look at this. Got to see clear enough to overturn this on the baseline there. And this has been a dominating start for these two. Very smart strategically. Jack with his hands likes the ball in the air. To see that, to show the fast hands, they bounced the ball in front of him and made him figure it out from there. So really good strategic game plan from Jones and Newman coming into this match.
There's another angle, and if you're new to the game of pickleball, it's important to note the ball does not compress like a tennis ball. So you got to draw a line directly through the middle of that and have that determine whether it's just on the edge of the line.
Yeah, from that second angle, it looked like it was indeed deep, and that would bring us rapidly to a game point for Jones and Newman.
Saw a couple helping hands on the side of the court. Leigh Waters, mom to Anna Leigh Waters, and former partner dealing with a little bit of an injury, coming off an ACL injury. She is hopeful to be back on the court. She now coaches this duo throughout this North Carolina tournament.
After the out call stands, the team of Waters and Sock is charged a timeout. They have no timeouts remaining, no video challenges. We resume play at 10-2-2.
So, call stands as we thought it would. It's Don Stanley, our head referee, delivering the news, and the news is not good for Waters and Sock. They got to go.
Riley looking to get that much more aggressive, and you can see how the play styles kind of start to shape out. Allyce Jones, the defensive-minded player, she'll drop off that kitchen line. Her job is just to get that ball back each time. And Riley, again, quick with that two-hand backhand.
Yeah, his two-handed backhand is one of the best in the game, and he will be ready for anything flying at it. As will Allyce Jones be ready for anything flying at her. Takes it off
the finger.
Yeah, which is perfectly legal.
Anything below the wrist works.
Kick it over, Cam, but that's perfect. Another game point here.
There's the forehand speed up for Jack Sock. We saw him work so heavily with that to get to this point. Really that inside out, looking cross court as well. Ooh, open acreage.
Beautiful combination from Jack there, and just needs a little bit of confidence now going into that. It's a big hole to climb out of. They're capable, certainly.
Not as easy to put a pickleball away like a tennis in terms of the overhead.
Yeah, usually in tennis you bounce that into the 15th row, but this pickleball will not do that, so you'll see long rallies off of overheads.
And all of a sudden, Sock's feet are moving that much faster.
Yeah, so he went to the outside on the blast winner, and now down the middle beats Riley Newman. So, okay, Jack, here we go.
Side out.
Looking for the lob. We saw it a few times, but it's going to be tough to lob over Riley Newman.
Yeah, that's a very athletic, tall dude. That's a tough task.
And game one to Allyce Jones and Riley Newman. Emphatic fashion for those two. They came in with a strategy, and it played in their favor.
They were terrific, and It was funny, everybody stopped and that ball almost stayed in, but that's as dominant a game one as you can have in a gold medal match.
Jones and Newman get game number one, 11-3 over Waters and Sock. Jones and Newman are rocking it, or at least they were in game number one. They look to create some points here, now down by 4. How can they get it done, Dave?
Got to go back to putting the ball on the ground in front of Jack, and they did a great job with that. Sock has made a nice adjustment himself in staying patient and then getting the chance to set himself or his partner Leigh Waters up. And that's why we love pickleball. We say chess, not checkers, because you got to solve a puzzle and you have to solve it quickly. Because if you get run over like they did in game number one, you cannot go back to the same thing. And smart by Sock and Waters, you wouldn't think intuitively that hitting the ball near Riley Newman is the right thing, but on the left side of his body, it certainly is.
2 timeouts, 1 timeout.
Problem solving comes at a premium in the game of pickleball. If you're just joining in, you're getting a chance to see that man, Jack Sock, make his professional pickleball debut this weekend in North Carolina. Former world number 2.
Time in. 6-2-1.
Tennis doubles. Now he's finding he might have a shot at gold on the pickleball court.
Second serve.
He says he doesn't have a backhand, and so there's proof.
6-2-2.
Sliding again. These two better start getting a little bit more weary of that middle. Allyce Jones and Riley Newman. It's a little bit of a dance for
sure.
mixed doubles.
2-6-1.
And just their second tournament together, so trying to work that out.
Second tournament together for Newman and Jones. First tournament together for Sock and Waters. Allyce Jones, 35 years of age, mother to 3.
And a little side of the court shift here for Newman and Jones, and that doesn't work. Nice job. That's called an Ernie. You're allowed to jump over the kitchen. It is a flat surface, but can't step in it. Great footwork from Sock.
Bye-bye ball.
Point.
And Jack Sock having some success right now, speeding up to the right side of Allyce Jones's body.
Yeah, she's setting up to defend on the two-handed backhand, so a narrow opening there, but he keeps finding it.
I mean, the chatter doesn't stop.
No, there's an ongoing dialogue with Jack and anyone that'll listen, especially Riley. And that skids off the tape. And you want to talk 180 in a match, Cam? My goodness.
This final will be played best 2 of 3. So if Waters and Sock pick up this second, we'll move to a third. Sock working with the Perseus paddle, made a shift through the journey of this tournament.
Comes out in June if you want to get your own.
Oh, one of the best poachers in the game of tennis, trying to find it on the pickleball court.
He wanted a walk-off, and there would have been significant chirping had that gone over.
Game 2 to Waters and Sock. You know what that means.
We're playing 3, Cam.
Look back at game point. All about the drive. He takes off the hat, says thanks for the second. Let's go to 3. Come play where the pros play, and these are your next opportunities. We head to Atlanta next, then Texas, and back to the West Coast. Nothing like playing alongside these pros.
No, you can get your tickets and see this. See it in person, folks, if you're nearby. And then I don't care what level you are, this sport has taken the country by storm. Come out and play yourself. It's so much fun, and then come see these superstars in action. And what a match we have here. We'll switch ends at 6 here, Cam, in game number 3. But which will work? Will it be the shake and bake of these two that was so dominant, or will Riley Newman take over in the middle? We'll find out.
It all comes down to this. Game number 3 played to 11 points. Allyce Jones, Riley Newman, Jack Sock, and Leigh Waters. Fire in the eye of Allyce Jones. We've seen this time and time again from her. One of the ultimate competitors in the game.
Time in. 0-0-2.
Looks like Riley trying to show he's going to try and protect a little bit more that middle. Make him feel uncomfortable on the opposing side. Couple wild deflections off the top of the net.
But they've gone back to what worked so well in game number 1, dropping that ball in front of Jack and then Riley crashing into the middle. So adjustment to adjustment. And speaking of adjustment, because they are on an odd score, Jones and Newman do not want to switch sides of the court and have to come flying across there with all of these big forehands and backhands coming at them.
If they were to do that, it's called unwinding the stack.
And it just opens up the court, and if your return isn't excellent, you're going to be in trouble.
Nothing like watching those two just straddle the center line and go at one another.
1-1-1.
One of the biggest differences between tennis and pickleball is some of the compact strokes you have to find at the kitchen line.
Got the backhand, had the hands up. Newman had committed to the other side. Both sides hitting overheads. That's why we love pickleball. Offense to defense and back. And it's a defensive shot from Sock that is the winner.
Jack Sock talking about it. Riley Newman is everywhere. You even saw Bert.
Yeah, so we have an earning when you jump in front and across the kitchen line on your side, but if you go in front of your partner, it's a Bert.
And the trek just continues. Jack Sock, we know so much about him and his tennis career. Leigh Waters, also just a force to be reckoned with, just 16 years old. She grew up playing soccer. And was even invited to go play underneath a professional team in Germany on the field, but decided to stick with pickleball. Now the #1 player.
Good choice,
Point.
One of the best players on the move. Allyce Jones comes from more of a limited tennis background. She was a volleyball player, also spent some time playing softball growing up.
And Jack keeps staring down Riley Newman as he comes across, picking off anything that might be floating a little bit from Allyce Jones. And the turnaround continues as they're off to another hot start here in game number 3.
One of the best backhands in pickleball.
Yeah, and what they love is to wreck that third, and then Leigh Waters, we talked about the soccer background. Her feet are so important to her pickleball game that she can poach with that two-handed backhand.
What did you say about a poach?
I said Jack Sock can do it too. It's a mirror image. Leigh on the prior rally with the two-handed backhand, and Jack Sock flying across there with the forehand. This is impressive.
I mean, that guy just took 2 steps and he went the entire length of the pickleball court.
Yeah, and this is a guy that has seen angles and a different type of racket, but a paddle. And pickleball, Cam, is just on fire. We're getting to see the best players in the world here. 3-year participation growth rate over 150%. Talked about it's a smaller court versus tennis. And what's so great about it is it's perfect for all ages. It's a lifestyle for so many. It is healthy. People are out there moving their body, and they're having so much fun. The camaraderie that comes for this, and what we love to say, so easy to learn, really hard to master. You can't play enough. I don't know anyone that's quit.
A look at Leigh Waters, and to your point, it really is for everyone, and it brings to mind even the 3 youngsters of Allyce Jones. She's got her oldest daughter, Leah. She's been sitting on the court alongside her. They are incredible pickleball players, these kids getting out there. Mick is 8, Cal 6. You can see him just in every single tournament. And it's so fun to watch the growth, not even at the professional level, which is phenomenal. There's a look at Leah, but also at the amateur ranks. I mean, this has really brought so much fun and joy to the country.
It has. And what other activity can you do that is athletic, and you can put 80-year-olds and 12-year-olds on the same court and they're all having a blast? And talk about having a blast. The man in red is having one heck of a time here in games 2 and 3.
6-1. Looping that through in little I formation.
Yeah.
Usually doesn't work out in most sports.
No, unless this is a nice run up the middle on 3rd and 1.
And nearly the exact same thing. You start to poach, there's a lot of alleyways.
Is that a replay, Kim?
Felt like it.
It sure did.
So it's time for Riley Newman and Allyce Jones to make a move, down by 5.
Got to drop that ball to Sock.
There's also something to be said, though, how hard it is to get that ball to drop and bounce within the kitchen because of his length.
Yeah, he's 6'3". He's reaching in. He's staying right on the edge of that kitchen line, which is really smart.
Point.
So you got to use that second point, their direction now off the miss.
2-6-2. Side out.
He has done such a great job of identifying how Allyce Jones prefers to defend on the backhand side and finding that narrow margin on the right side of her body. So good.
Point.
And they're backing a Jones off the kitchen line right now.
Yeah, Jones and Newman are an energy team, and I don't see it right now, and they desperately need to get that going.
I mean, it's just an onslaught right now. Ball after ball, so much go in that direction of Allyce Jones.
Yeah, relentless. And if a player's back, just keep going at him.
Second serve.
Riley getting in front of Jack Sock, finds the speed up. What can Allyce Jones do? Can she maybe go cross court with the dink or the reset?
The ball has to bounce somewhere, Cam. Yeah, definitely change the pattern a little bit. Get Leigh to dink it back so she can set up Riley off the ground.
Side out.
Get Riley more involved on that left side.
Yes.
2-8-1.
But it is GO time right here.
No!
celebration. Don's going to let him know.
One of the loudest calls from our head referee. It's like your alarm going off. Let's see.
It's right there.
Yes, the left foot on the sideline. Great catch there. You cannot hit a ball out of the air in the kitchen.
3-8-1.
Little help from the net. And just to reiterate again, you can not volley the ball, take the ball out of the air while stepping within the kitchen. That also includes Ernie's off the side. Your feet cannot be on that line. Says, really? You want to try me there?
Yeah. Gives a little look back and just confidence oozing now from Jack Sock.
You know, and it's fun. I was doing a little research, and Jack Sock's very first Grand Slam, it actually came in a mixed doubles title. It was the U.S. Open back in 2011 alongside Melanie Oudin. Get this, he was only 2 years older than Annalie Waters currently is, 18.
Yeah, he's an absolute tennis phenom, and maybe he's a pickleball phenom, too.
Just saying, if he picks up his first title in a mixed doubles matchup, it feels very apropos.
Eerily similar.
It is now 10-3. Jack Sock has hit match point alongside the #1 player in the world, Annalie Waters. Jack Sock and Annalie Waters take home gold. A massive congratulations to Jack Sock and Annalie Waters. He made his professional pickleball debut, and he's coming away with the championship.
Just a tremendous adjustment by Jack. They got run over in game #1, and they flipped the switch, and pure joy from these two as Jack walks into the pickleball court and says, I am here and I am a champion.
Champions in North Carolina, Jack Sock and Annalie Waters. We'll get a chance to catch up with our victors just after this. A memory you're not going to want to forget. Pull out those cell phones, take a picture of that score, because Annalie Waters and Jack Sock just picked up the gold here at the OS First North Carolina Open. Standing courtside is the third member of our crew, Cameron Blackwood, with our winners.
Thanks, Cam. Jack Sock, your first, not only PPA gold, but just pickleball title in general. We talked about on Friday, you said that you really wanted to make sure that Riley's length wasn't going to be an issue. It wasn't that first game, but what adjustments did you make?
I mean, Riley's an unbelievable player. I actually got to practice with him, play some rec games a few weeks ago when I was in Texas, and so I got to see a little bit of it. Obviously, I've watched him a lot on YouTube and all that. I think he's maybe one of the best doubles players out there. So I knew he was going to use his length. He's very athletic, very explosive. So I was trying to match that because I feel like I'm kind of the same. But I had a lot of help from the little goat over here, as I call her, all weekend, helping me out, setting me up well, using my kind of explosiveness and reach and power as well. And obviously I was pretty shocking in the first game, but we were able to turn it around, get the energy going. I do well off that. So it was an absolute blast of a weekend.
Like we said, you're only 16, but the veteran of the two here on the team. What did you have to say to Jack before you guys came out to game 2?
He's used to playing on big tennis stages, so I didn't really have to say anything when he got to the pickleball court, but I did feel like it was kind of a different vibe in the first game, and it was the first match of the day, so I feel like, we came out a little flat, but in the second game I was just like, let's just go out there, have fun, bring some energy, and, be the athlete that you are, and I think we did that in the second game. We just really gelled and then took that to the third game.
And Jack, we have to know, are you going to be back? Is pickleball now reaching a little bit coming up to the tennis?
I mean, I absolutely love the sport. I love the game. I've said all week and recently, I kind of want to try to be a bridge and a gap between tennis and pickleball. I know there's a little bit of some negativity towards each other at times, but yeah, the goal maybe is to play a little bit of both at the same time, and then yeah, at some point I'll probably be playing a lot of pickleball. So hope to see you guys around. I absolutely love it. So hopefully she'll play with me some more.
We hope so as well. We're going to get the trophy over here. Jack, we'll have you slide over. On behalf of the Carvana PPA Tour and our title sponsor, we have President here, Josh Higgins from OS First.
It is truly an honor to present the OS First North Carolina Open Championship as OS First is a 3-generation Hickory, North Carolina sock company. Congratulations.
Thanks, Cam.
So the little goat and Jack Sock picking up the title in North Carolina.
We wondered, would his tennis prowess translate? He's holding the trophy, Cam. It most certainly does.
A huge congratulations to them. Not surprising to see the #1 player in the world playing alongside an absolute legend on the tennis court.
You know, and they had to problem solve. They got run over in game #1 and then took over in game 2 and 3, and what a victory.
What a victory it was. Thanks so much for joining us here on ESPN. From myself, Cameron Irwin, Dave Fleming, and the rest of our crew, as well as Cameron Blackwood down on the court. Wow, what a match for Jack Sock and Anna Leigh Waters. They're going home with the gold.